What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, adoptionagency.com, urban-picker.com, 24 years selling full-time on eBay. Friday, another weekend upon us. So I'm going to go over the numbers yesterday. Don't really have any topic today. Oh, wait, that's what I was going to do. So, the last few days, right? Let me grab my calculator. The last few days I've been putting up boxes of cassettes that I've had in storage for 10, 15 years or whatever. So I'm going through it, and I just take the top box and just kind of work my way through it. But started getting into boxes of some popular items, and then, you know, the type of stuff I like where independent artists that you can price at any price you want and just wait for that right buyer to come in and snag it up. So I came across a lot of those. So in the last 3 to 4 days listing these cassettes, I sold a bunch overnight. Well, not a bunch, but some overnight. So let me add these in. So listing these boxes of cassettes, I want to say probably four to five boxes of cassettes, and almost $700 in immediate sales. So divide that by 4. It's an extra $175-ish a day just on cassettes that I've had in storage for many decades. So, well, not many decades, a decade at least. So yeah, having fun. God, I love the fact that I stored all this crap away. It's freaking just, I don't have to do anything right now, right? It's just relaxing with AI. It's just easy. And I just get to take this time to figure my head out, right? So it's pretty cool. As far as the medications going, I'm guessing the problem with my head has been inflammation. Speaking of, forgot to take my pills this morning. Prednisone, so I'm on day 4, so I'm down to 3 a day, right? For 3. Take 4 tablets by mouth, 3, then decrease to 1 tablet every 3 days. Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird. Usually it's like step down, 4, 3, 2, 1, but let me make sure I'm reading this right. Take 4 tablets by mouth daily for 3 days. Done that. Then decrease by 1 tablet every 3 days. Yeah, okay. It's just kind of worded different than that I'm used to anyway. So 3 today. So if that's been the problem, the inflammation, it's good to at least know the answer now. It'd be nice to make sure that don't come around again. Or when it does, I know what to do. So what I'm going to do is do some research and see naturally what will help decrease inflammation in the head and sinuses and stuff like that. See what kinds of foods and to avoid and what kind of. So I'll do a little bit of research on all that so I don't have to keep going back for pills and things like that. I mean, I got a taste of pill in my mouth. Did get a frozen Coke today, but been standing at the pharmacy for Pee-wee's meds, so it's pretty much wasted. So that's good, at least. I won't drink as much. But other than that, everything's been pretty low-key level. And like I said, I think a lot of it has to do with the prednisone and taking care of the inflammation, because I'm just not in. I mean, I didn't really. I don't know if I've really portrayed how discomforting I was on video. I remember always talking about the head pressure, But I mean, throughout the day, it was just, 90% of the day I was miserable. And it definitely took a toll on me and probably did not help me being in any kind of good spirits, right? So, and this has been going on literally all year with this head stuff. So I'm glad I finally went to the doctor, and we, at least, so it's on me, so for not going sooner. But the last time I was there 8 years ago, he just kind of blew it off and was like, well, there's nothing we can do type of thing. So I didn't have no faith in it. I went in expecting nothing, just to come out miserable again. So I'm glad that didn't happen. But I am going to get one to the ear, nose, and throat, and they're going to do a scan to see if there's anything in there and all that kind of, see what it looks like or whatever they do. So we'll go from there. But I'm at least thankful that the prednisone is definitely working. I've had no inkling of that pain coming back. I've had no lack of sleep because of head pressure, no matter twisting and turning and, the drainage and nothing. So the clogging and then turn to drain, then it clogs here, turn to, none of that. So I guess it's just opened up everything. So I like it. I like it a lot. All right. We're going to get into these numbers, and then I'll do a little bit of talking at the end also. So let's get into these numbers. All right. So listed yesterday, 105. So I've listed, 2, 3, almost 4, I guess, so almost 400 cassettes in the last few days. And that's been that $700 or whatever number I said it was that I've made off these cassettes so far. And I got another box here that I'm finishing up today, which there's some faster moving stuff in there probably, but excuse me, this frozen Coke's coming back. Anyway, 105 items listed, bringing the week total to 708. Looks like I'll beat last week's number today, more than likely. Sold yesterday on the media store, 44 items. The clothing store, 24. So here we go up again. So from 8, 45, 11, 8, 24. So the store was acting all right yesterday, bringing the total sold to 68 items yesterday. And the week run is 389 items. So I'd have to do a little over 100 items sold today to make my $500 goal, but that ain't too far off. Not too far off. Well, that's where we were last week too, and the week before actually. So we're not too far off from hitting that number. The money made on the media store yesterday, $637. On the clothing store, $394. So made it over my low end where I like to be on each store, $500 and $250. So that's good. Bringing the total to $1,031. So 2 days in a row of going over 1,000, 3 days total for the week. We have not had that in a very, very, very long time, hitting over $1,000. And I guess those quick moving cassettes really helped the last 2 days, especially. So, bringing the run for the week, $5,222. Month to date, media store $8,787, clothing store $4,737, bringing the month total $13,524. Year running, media store $134,798. Clothing store $83,515, bringing the year run total to $218,313. Biggity bam. I'm running late today because I'm trying to change up my my schedule a little bit, sleeping schedule and what have you, and Pee Wee med schedule. So I've been kind of shifting it a little bit. So I may start getting a little bit later in the day on the videos here and just staying up a little bit later in the evening. Because as you know, I've been getting up at like 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom, and then at 4 a.m. last night, he got me up about 1. No, it was about 2. Yeah, it was about 2. Wait, well, it was 1:30 and then 2 again because he had to go back out and go poop. I waited for him to go, but he didn't go, and I knew he was going to probably wake me up again. But then he slept throughout the rest of the night, so that was good. But so it's usually like at 2 and at 4. So I'm trying to shift things to get better sleep. So like last night, so I was giving his medicine at 6 a.m. and then that's every 12 hours, and the other one's every 8 hours. So then I had dropped it back to the 4 o'clock when he was getting me up. Last night I bumped it back to 2:30. So I got to give him his medicine early today, which is right after this video. But I think I might try to bump it back to midnight and then do a midnight noon on the 12. And then every 8 would be at 8 a.m. So if I can get him out to the bathroom at midnight, then maybe we can get close to an 8-hour sleep before his next meds due, and hopefully he can not get up to go to the bathroom. So I'm just trying to shift that all around, which means I will definitely be up till midnight every day. So then I can stay up later. And then if I don't get out of bed till 9 instead of like an 8, then that's all right. So that's what I'm working on there. Yeah, other than that, everything's going good. As you know, I've been on this quest to do things I've never done before and do it in ways I've never done it before. And I've been kind of, as I said before, watching like streamers and stuff like that. One thing I noticed about them that really engages the audience is just going into things and just being kind of over animated about things, and just I guess that's the best way to put it, is just over animated about reactions and about different things, and kind of poking a bear type of thing and different things like that. So keep that in mind when you're watching my channel now. I am learning things and trying different things. So I'm saying this late in the video because normally the only people who watch late into my videos are the people who, you guys who are consistently watching my stuff. So I'm not worried about everybody else. So just so you guys know that there might be a lot of animation, over emotional acting, if you will, type of thing. Not really acting, just, well, I guess. Because after I turn off the camera, I'm just in a totally different head. You know, like nothing bothers me or nothing. I don't hang on to things. Like I've told stories before where, you know, I've forgiven people who've done me wrong in the past growing up. And just because, you know, I get over things. I don't hang on to things. So I'm kind of just learning from these streamers about how just their over animation and things like that. About when you watch somebody, like I picked this up from the queso guy a lot, where when somebody says something bad about him, he kind of over animates it. If you don't know queso and kind of watch some of his stuff on TikTok, you can see he'll take like a negative statement, over animate it like it's like it affects him or something, but you can tell it doesn't seem to bother him, right? So I'm picking up just little things like that, and just different, almost kind of trying to reinvent the social game for me. Just doing something different just to see if, and I've gotten about 30 subscribers in the last 3 days with the last situation that went on. So that was pretty cool. So I'm getting ready to hit 21,200 in the next 3 people. So that bumped up my numbers considerably. So did it work? And do I have to thank my headspace for engaging it and poking a bear and, just playing the social game, if you will. So my concern going in was, would it really bother me, right? Would it affect me after the fact? And, reading the comments, don't let somebody get into your head and all this and that. That was the thing. Nobody was in my head per se. It was more about exposing, and on top of the other stuff, more about exposing what I feel is a bad, somebody trying to take advantage of the reselling community. And I gotta, do I lean into that, right? Do I lean into, I know I said before where I said I need to stop acting like calling out the BS, stop acting like I got to protect a community or something, because people were saying, oh, they can take care of themselves type of thing, but there's so many people that's been wronged by all these con artists, if you will, that come into the fold and try to take advantage of people looking to change their lives, who lack information, right? So it's I played a very could have been a destructive balancing act the last few days. It could have went the wrong way just because of my headspace and stuff, but I think I'm thinking the prednisone for that right now. I think if I was still in a misery headspace, I could have very easily let it bother me and went another direction with it. So I was walking I felt walking a very thin line that it could have just ended up the total opposite direction. So it was not planned, but planned, like the poking the bear and see what happens type of thing, and then how to go from there. Like, I had no clue after that what was going to happen, what I was going to do, how I would react, right? It could have gone either way. But the intention of poking a bear and seeing the outcome, you're just going on for the ride, that part was intentional. But again, part of it too was to kind of bring exposure to something. So, because the thing about people who want to take advantage of people, the more they talk, the more eyes that get open to what the realness is, right? The more you talk, the less you seem to say, but the more you talk, the more you expose yourself, because you can trip over words, you can contradict yourself, you know what I mean? So the more you talk, the more you can see about a person and who they truly are. So, but so thankfully everything's going and went in a positive. I guess you could depend on how you look at it. At the end of the day was didn't go into a wrong direction. So for me. So that kind of gives me hope with taking these meds and stuff, that after I get leveled out and can think rationally again about anything in life, that it's going, I feel like it's going to open a whole floodgate of just creativity. That's what I'm hoping anyway. That's what I feel like it's going to do right now. Just because my mind has been so consumed with itself. Just so trying to figure it out. Like, why can't I get over this hump? Why am I feeling depressed when I have no reason to feel depressed? So my mind's been so occupied with that and with the pressure and feeling miserable that I am hopeful that this path I'm on is just going to open up a whole world of who knows what, just creativity and just growth, and just growth from everything I want to do. It's just going to hope it's going to just open the floodgates. So, kind of excited. I still feel really no negative. Nothing yet anyway. No negative. What do you call it? Side effects or anything like that. But then again, I'm only 4 days in, so I just had those achy legs, the achy knees for a few days. Yesterday it was only one, the right knee only. Then it kind of went away overnight, and I'm fine this morning. So I don't know if that was part of it or if that was just part of lack of sleep the last few nights. So feeling fatigued or something, I'm not sure. But having fun. I'm just I'm not that I'm having fun right now. I am basking in the peace. My head's not hurting. I have no pressure. I'm not fighting my mind right now for anything, whether that's trying to figure things out or just feeling like crap. So I'm enjoying the peace right now at the moment. So being that you're this far in the video, so if you see any kind of like overreaction or anything like that, just keep in mind that there's probably a good chance it's just me playing into something. So, but like I said, playing into something and the actual reactions you get out of it, that's where the unknown is, right? So what will go next? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I want to try to keep it more, not so, I have no problem if I feel that the direction I'm going is going to help somebody in the end, right? If one person sees something, then hey, I feel I did my job, right? But I don't want to go into like a controversial type of, just cause and stink to cause a stink. There's got to be an ill will feel on the other end if I do something like that. So how will I go from here, right? Do I take negative comments and turn them into an emotional, overacting video just to attract views, right? So if you see anything like that, it's going to be more than likely just me playing into something, so you don't have to worry about anything. So, and like I said, I'm saying this at the end of the video because most of the normal people don't watch this far in. So don't get too concerned about it if you see something like that pop up, because I'm going to just start having more fun, just being more playful, more goofy, and just whatever, right? So at least that's the hope, after if we can keep the head clear and the thoughts clear and the pain clear and all that kind of stuff. So try to take that enjoyment level and turn it up a few notches. Because that's what seems to, if you watch these streamers, that's what seems to really rope in the people, is just that over emotional reaction. And it's all fun if it's more of an act and less of a personal thing, right? So I got a pretty good history of not taking things personal. That's the whole business mindset anyway, you know? Business is business. The only things I take personal are from people I know and love who may say something, right? And then you take it to heart and you're like, wow, okay. But when it's somebody you don't know or don't even have their even real face online, you don't take any of that. But how do you benefit from that? So that's what I'll be playing with, probably, more than likely. So just know if you see something like that and after the camera's off, I'm probably laughing. So oh, we'll see where it goes, right? We'll see what happens. So, fun, fun, fun. Till Daddy takes the computer away. All right, that's enough for me. I'm gonna try to get another $1,000 day. Where are we at right now? We're 11:30. Media store is at 224. Clothing store is at 41. Oh, a little low start to the day. So we'll try to squeeze another $1,000 day out of here. Da-da-da-da. Is there a Blues game tonight? Tomorrow, 6 o'clock. We got stomped the last game. Stomped. All right, that's enough for me. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys. I really do. But we're in the right direction, so don't stress, don't worry. Or I know you're not stressing, but you don't have to worry. We're going in the right direction. So all is looking up, looking good. So I appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.